I'd never given much thought to how I would die. But dying in the place of someone I love seems like a good way to go.
Hi, I don't know how to start this video. What's going on? My name is MacDonald219, and today I have a very different video for you guys. I was recently over at my girlfriend's house a couple of weeks ago, and we watched a movie called Twilight. So I have heard of this movie, I just haven't gotten around to watching it. But when I was at her house a couple of weekends ago, I'm like, alright, I'm gonna sit down, watch it, and I enjoyed it. Okay, I know Twilight, this movie is not everybody's cup of tea, but you know what? I enjoyed it, and I'm gonna have my honest review. So let's get started. So the release year was back in 2008. The director was Catherine Hardwicke, and it is a fantasy romance slash drama. So my thoughts. Pretty much it's a shitty but good romance movie. Our main actress is Kristen Stewart. She plays Bella Swan, and she does amazing in this movie. I think some of the acting is really, really good. Some of her decisions in this movie, I can beg to differ, but you know what? It's just a movie, guys. And we have Edward Cullen. He is played by Robert Pattinson. He is another character in this movie, which we are gonna get very used to seeing. We have Jacob Black, who is played by Taylor Lautner. He's gonna play more of a bigger role in the other movies. So the film was made by Stephenie Meyer, based on her popular Twilight novels and books and all that good stuff. We all know about the books and novels and everything like that. So for the plot, Bella goes to spend time with her dad while her mom and her new boyfriend go on the road for baseball, and she falls in love with a creepy vampire who is Edward Cullen, and he stalks her and watches her sleep.
I like watching you sleep. It's kind of fascinating to me.
So for the good, this movie has a beautiful, beautiful setting with some pretty decent looking chicks. We got Jessica, who is played by Anna Kendrick, and of course Bella. And you know, I enjoy the story. You guys are gonna learn a little bit more about my teaming later on in the series, which is pretty cool. The bad slash cringe, Edward is a bit creepy, he's a bit rude.
Can you at least watch where you walk?
Like I mentioned, he watches Bella sleep and follows her around like he's a lost puppy dog in heat most of the time, which can be kinda crazy, I think. Bella makes it very clear in the movie that she is not afraid of him.
I'm not scared of you.
Even after she finds out that he has killed people before and that he has wanted her blood, which I think is crazy. I want to talk about the Cullens a little bit. They are a group of vampires. We all know that we talked about Edward, but he has a family And they are not like regular vampires. The bad guys, they feed on human blood. But Colin's crew, they count themselves as vegetarians, I guess. So they only feast on animal blood. Which, you know, okay. They don't kill humans, so I think that's pretty good. So I don't think, as a boyfriend, I don't think Edward and the Collins are the safest family for Bella to be hanging out with. They have a hobby. They love playing baseball. I like to call this vampire baseball. They can only play baseball in thunderstorms because due to the loud noises when they hit the ball, because they are so incredibly strong, which I get. It's kind of cool. We also have the bad guys show up and they want to join the baseball game because Bella and Edward are leaving the game because as we find out that Bella puts her hair down and she turns to the side to go turn around, and James, which I don't know is much of a, it's not really a bad guy's name, which, you know, I don't really think that it's a bad guy name. Anyways, James says that he looks at her and tells her that she looks like a very juicy snack.
You brought a snack.
To eat, which is just plain creepy. For my conclusion of this review, this movie, we all know that Twilight is a very successful film and it captures the insecure of young love, allure of forbidden romance, which may not be for everyone, but whether you guys are on Team Edward or Team Jacob, which we're gonna get into in the next video, because I watched the entire series and I'm gonna go through all the 5 movies, which is my goal. If you guys wanna see that, give the video a huge thumbs up, and you know, it's gonna be a fun ride. My final thoughts. Okay, so it's not the worst movie I've ever seen in my entire life, but it's not the best movie I have seen. So my score for the movie out of 10 would be 6.9, 69. If you wanna do it like that. But and I say it's like a good bad movie. Twilight is a good bad movie. You know, a lot of people crap on it. I enjoyed it. My first watch, I watched it 2 times now. I watched it a couple weeks ago and I watched it the other day to get some notes down and so I can talk about this review. So I believe that is everything. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly do appreciate it. If you guys want more content, let me know what you guys want to see in the comments below, and I will catch you guys a little bit later with New Moon. Hello everyone and welcome back. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for a brand new video today, and I just want to thank you guys for all of the support on the last Twilight video we did. Amazing support. Thank you guys so much. I truly do appreciate it. So today we are going to be discussing Twilight New Moon, and I am looking forward to this video. So whether you are on Team Edward or Team Jacob, you won't want to miss this review. Before we dive in, please do not forget to hit the subscribe button and hit the notification bell so you don't miss an upload. So without further ado, let's get started. So New Moon kicks off with Bella Swan, aka Kristen Stewart, and Edward Cullen and Robert Pattinson in the honeymoon stage of their supernatural love story, but their happiness is short-lived as a paper cut at Bella's birthday party sends Edward's brother Jasper into a frenzy at Bella's birthday party, so that sends the Collins to decide that it's too dangerous to be with them, and Edward breaks her heart by leaving her. In heartbreak and danger and love triangles, this movie has it all. So I really think I get it. They want to keep They want to keep Bella safe, but my man, don't break her heart in the woods. I mean, come on, how selfish can you be, dude? So that's one thing that I do not like about this. About it, they leave Bella in the woods, and she gets lost for a little while. So for Bella's evolution, Bella really shines in New Moon. I think we see more of a mature and independent side of her characters as she deals with her emotional turmoil after Edward's departure. Her transformation is more impressive, and you can't help to root for her as she becomes a more stronger individual. We all have seen this scene when Edward leaves and Bella goes back to the house. It's playing on screen now. Everybody has seen this. So to help Bella fill the void, she goes and sees Jacob. Jacob helps Bella get her motorcycle or her dirt bike working, so they spend some much needed quality time together. We see a much friendlier side of Jacob. You know, maybe with Edward out of the way, Jacob can slide in and pick up the pieces, as that's what we have hoped. But as I'm sure you guys are aware, if you guys have seen this movie, it's really not what happens. So for the next point, I really want to talk about Jacob's transformation into the werewolf side. So one of the most significant developments in New Moon as the introduction of Jacob Black, aka Taylor Lautner, as a werewolf. Taylor's physical transformation in this role is jaw-dropping. Like, if you look, he's absolutely jacked. And we first learn about Jacob's werewolf transformation when Bella goes sees Jacob's friends because they changed him.
What did you do? Hey, what did you do to him?
Easy.
He didn't want this.
So we all know about Sam and his cult. So Bella is not very happy about that. So she gets upset and she slaps one of Jacob's friends in the face, and he changes right in front of her, transforms into a werewolf. So that is very interesting. You know, I think I like the. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I like the werewolves a little bit better than the vampires. The vampires are cool, but they don't eat. They don't sleep. You know, that sounds like they have very long lives and stuff. The werewolves, they can eat, they can sleep, they can hunt, they protect the humans, and they have their rules. The vampires have rules. That's where I get to another key point in the review later on, but they have some laws to follow. So for number 4, I want to discuss the visuals. So the visuals of this film is absolutely stunning. Like it's truly incredible. Like with the landscapes of the Pacific Northwest and I believe this film was filmed in Vancouver, Victoria-ish. But you know, it's very cool. I do enjoy this. So, remember a couple of minutes ago we talked about having rules and stuff for the vampires. We have to discuss the Volturi. So this is pretty much just their laws, okay? So for the Volturi, they are pretty much just like the laws. So in case a vampire does something bad, like in the future movies we will see, they want to kill a vampire if they go to exploit themselves to a human, which we will get into the video a little bit later when I talk about the triangle when Bella and Jacob and Edward have the conversation on the phone, and when that stuff happens. So in the story, in the film, honestly I'm team Jacob for this part, because Jacob has been trying to persuade Bella to stand with him, and because he likes Bella, so he's trying to get Bella on his team. He's saying that I'm better for you, I won't ever hurt you, Edward and the Collins aren't safe, and Jacob is about to get his kiss from Bella. Like, dude, this is even a bit close, man. Like, come on. And then the friggin' phone rings. Like, oh my god, dude, come on. So we all know it's Edward calling, looking for Bella. Then Jacob is like, he's not here, he's preparing a funeral, and he hangs up the phone. Bella gets upset. Alice is there with Bella, and she has a vision of Edward wanting to go exploit himself to the Volturi, because if Bella's dead, then he wants to die, and then, oh my gosh, it's a lot of drama. So we get that scene when Bella saves Jacob, and Bella pretty much is about to sacrifice herself.
Kill me! Not him!
To the Volturi, because they want to kill Edward, but Bella loves him so much. So they have a big kerfuffle about it. And in the meantime, they say that, so Alice speaks up saying that she has seen a vision about Bella becoming a vampire in the future. So the Volturi let her live as long as she changes into a vampire soon-ish, I guess. And then when they get back from Italy, Jacob stops them, and they Bella and Jacob have a moment, and Jacob reminds Edward about a key point in the treaty that if any of the Collin family bite a human, the truce is over, and that pretty much the Collins versus the werewolves will break their truce and they'll all fight, I guess. I don't know. So in conclusion, Twilight New Moon takes the series into a new emotional depth and includes captivating new characters and plot elements with Kristen Stewart, Robert Pattinson, and Taylor Lautner. They all have very, very strong performances to keep us all involved in the love triangle. So just the visuals, the soundtrack is just amazing. I do like this movie. I believe I will have a movie tier list after I am done reviewing all of the films, and you guys will know who and where I sit with these films. So, my final thoughts. This movie is amazing. You know, I hopefully that you guys have enjoyed, whether you are a die-hard Twilight fan or just looking for a mixture of romance and supernatural elements and drama. New Moon is worth the watch. It's a solid addition to the Twilight Saga. It sets the stage for the epic conclusion in Breaking Dawn. But we do have one more film we have to talk about before we get to Breaking Dawn, and that is Eclipse. Eclipse is probably my favorite movie out of all five. You guys will understand why in that video. But anyways, that's gonna be a wrap for the outro of this video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this review. Please give the video a huge thumbs up. Please comment your favorite New Moon moment, and make sure to subscribe for more Twilight content. And thank you for joining us, and remember, stay tuned for more vampire themed fun. Hey Twilight fans, welcome back to Mac Reviews 219. Today we are going to be sinking our teeth into the third installment of the Twilight Saga. This is Twilight Eclipse. This movie was directed by David Slade. This film promises more vampire and werewolf drama, and of course the internal love between Bella, Edward, and Jacob. So let's dive into the world of Forks and see if Eclipse lives up to the hype. Eclipse begins with the sense of urgency that Victoria, the redhead, is pretty revengeful, and she wants to build a army of newborns to try and take Bella down. The tension begins right from the start. It sets the tone through the entire film with the love triangle between Bella, Edward, and Jacob. It becomes more complicated as Bella and Jacob need to join forces to protect Bella from the impending danger. So this film really begins more of the drama because they both want to protect Bella from from Victoria and her army. So that's pretty big. So it's definitely interesting throughout this character development. Twilight does things pretty well to further characters. We see more of an assertive Bella Swan between her as she's torn for love for Edward and her feelings for Jacob. Kristen Stewart performance shines as the complex of this relationship. Edward, played by Robert Pattinson, continues to brood in his signature fiction as Taylor Lautner. Jacob adds to the intensity of the passion to the mix. So everything they ramp it up a lot in this movie. So as we all know that the visuals and cinematography is pretty awesome. So the views from the mountaintop and is pretty cool. So especially with the development of the newborns and everything, it brings more of a grittier and more mature tone to the series, I believe. So that is always pretty good. The love triangle. The love triangle takes center stage in Eclipse. And for the fans invested in Team Edward or Jacob, this film delivers plenty of emotional punches. The dynamic between the three leads is charged with emotions, with every scene making them share more captivating. Whether you are a die-hard Edward supporter or leaning towards Jacob, Eclipse keeps you on the edge of your seat. Literally, the edge of your seat. So we see the first kiss, which doesn't really go too well for Jacob or Bella. I mean, shouldn't Bella learned from what happened with her and Paul in the last film? So whatever, she breaks her hand when she punches Jacob. He apologizes at the party for their graduation that they have, and this tent scene is pretty intense, I think. So Bella's freezing in the tent. It's overnight, it's up in the mountains, it's cold. Edward can't do anything because he's a vampire, he's cold-blooded, he can't keep Bella warm at all. So this really drives up the tension. And then Jacob, he comes in, he tries to save Bella. Edward fights it. He really tries to fight it, but as he sees Bella struggling, he finally gives in to letting Jacob keep Bella warm, which is amazing for her. Jacob is pretty happy about that, and what makes him even happier the next morning, Bella goes looking for Jacob, and Edward says that, oh, Jacob is gone. He went to go look ahead before he goes and joins the battle, but he was just hiding around the corner or something. I don't know what Edward told him off camera, but he comes in and he's pretty upset that he's finding out that they are getting married.
Jake, stop!
Bella, let him.
Don't!
And the second kiss happens.
Jacob! Kiss me.
And I love this part because I'm team Jacob. I've been there in my personal life. I know what it's been like to get shitting on by girls and butthead girl dads. So yeah, I'm Jacob all the way in this thing. So for plot pacing with Eclipse succeeds and the tension building of drama.
No, you're done here.
Stop! I'm tired of this. From now on, I'm Switzerland, okay?
And some pacing within the so this film really tries to juggle multiple plots at the same time, from the love triangle to the vampire war. At times it feels like it's very certain aspects could have been explored more deeply. However, the final act brings everything together in a satisfying way. I think the film does a pretty good job at that. In conclusion, Twilight Eclipse is more of a darker, more action-packed installment of the films that caters to the fans of the series. The love triangle reaches new heights, the visuals are captivating, and the stakes are even higher. Well, pacing maybe draw back for some. Eclipse is very successful for the stage of the epic conclusion for Breaking Dawn. If you are a Twilight fan, this is definitely worth one sinking your teeth into. So that is my review for Twilight Eclipse. Definitely a great watch. I absolutely love this film. I think it's my favorite series, my favorite movie, sorry. But we have 2 more films to get through, and things are definitely heating up. So whether you are Team Edward or Team Jacob or maybe even Team Bella, let me know down in the comments, and I would love to hear your thoughts. So thank you so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Please make sure to subscribe to the channel for more epic movie content like this. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys a little bit later. Thank you. Hello everyone, and welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for a brand new video. This is the 4th video in my Twilight review series. If you guys are enjoying this series, give the video a huge thumbs up, and let me know what series you would want to see next down below in the comments, and I will definitely take a peek at what we want to see. So this is the 4th movie in the franchise. This is one of the better movies, I believe. It's, you know, it has lots of drama, it has lots of character development. We get to see kind of Edward and Jacob kind of team up and try and save Bella, but we'll get there as we move forward. But yeah, we have the wedding, we have the honeymoon, we have the big reveal at the end, and I'm gonna be discussing all of that in today's video. So for opening shots, so we pick up where we left off, where Kristen Stewart, aka Bella Swan, and Robert Pattinson, aka Edward Cullen, exchanging vows, and they are preparing for the wedding ceremony and what all of the fans have been eagerly waiting for. I like this because at movies with weddings, they normally do the wedding at the end of the movie. We get the wedding at the beginning of the movie. The wedding is in like the first 30 minutes, and then we have all the drama and stuff at the middle and ending and all that good stuff. So for character development, we have Kristen Stewart's portrayal of Bella takes a new turn as she transforms from a mortal to soon-to-be vampire. She struggles with her physical toll on her body while she is gripping the narrative that keeps you hooked. So we obviously have a wedding, and then we find out she is pregnant. Okay, that's the big thing in this movie. So as she's pregnant, her body is changing. It's obviously a vampire baby inside of her, so they really don't know what to do with it right now. So that is a huge thing, and that takes us into our next part for Edward and Bella's relationship. Edward and Bella's relationship they really kind of test the waters in this movie, because Edward doesn't want Bella to have the baby, because obviously he wants her to be happy and healthy. The baby is killing her from the inside, as Carlisle says that she won't be able to live past this birth unless they can try and change her at the last moment, but they don't know if that's gonna work, or you know, things like that. So they are very they really don't know. So I want to talk about the wedding for a couple of seconds. The wedding is so nice, so beautiful. We obviously have Jacob show up at the wedding. He's not in the party, but he does there. They dance a little. They talk about the plans. Bella reveals that they're gonna try and get it on when she's still a human. Jacob doesn't like that.
No, you can't do this.
Jake.
Listen to me, Bella.
Let me go!
Jacob, calm down, all
Are
right?
you out of your mind? Huh? You'll kill her!
I can't tell if he's more jealous that it's not him, or if he's actually concerned for her safety. I think it's kind of concerned for her safety, but we don't know. Anyways, when they get to the wedding destination, the sex scene is pretty good. You know, I'm sure as a rated PG-13 movie, I'm sure Bella fans would have liked to see a little more than what they saw. But here's a secret: if you guys want to see more, go watch On the Road. You see a lot more of Kristen, aka Bella, in that movie. So, anyways, like, it's obviously a great scene. Jacob's upset. Edward is upset that he was so rough on her, and she was fine. She loved it. So that describes their relationship in a nutshell. Edward gets frustrated with Bella when she wants to have the baby. I want to talk about the pacing a little bit. The pacing is a little bit slower in this movie. Like, there's not as much fight scenes, or don't get me wrong, there's lots of drama, but there's not a lot of like killing and hunting, and there's a fight scene at the end which I will talk about at the end of the video, but it's good. So I want to discuss the wolf pack, because obviously the werewolves and Taylor Lautner's character, who is Jacob Black, they play a pivotal role in this movie, with the love triangle between Jacob and Bella and Edward. It reaches a new peak, adding an extra layer of tension within the storyline. With the wolf pack, so Sam and his pack, they kind of go head to head with Jacob, and I believe it's Seth and his sister Leah. They obviously have beef there with the love triangle, with Sam imprinting on someone else. So that is pretty interesting how we learned that Jacob leaves. I expected him to leave to try and save Bella, because like the wolves, they don't know. They think that it's a vampire baby. That's obviously very scary to them, because they don't know what it will do. So the visual effects in this movie are pretty intense. So we obviously have the wedding, we have like the honeymoon stage, but what I want to talk about is the much anticipated birth scene, which obviously it is a difficult watch. I hate gore, I hate that stuff, but I powered through it, I stomached through it to watch it for this review. I'm not going to put too much on this video because that nasty, but I gotta give a shout out to the effects team. They did an amazing job in trying to make it look as real and disgusting as possible for a rated PG-13 movie. So I want to talk about some of the critical moments in this film. We talked about it a little bit. So we understand that Bella faces unexpected challenges during her pregnancy. As we know, the birth scene is pretty intense to watch for some viewers. However, it sets the stage for the epic showdown that awaits us in Breaking Dawn Part 2. Obviously, we want to talk about critical moments. One of the critical moments, after that the baby is born, they named it Renesmee. We get Jacob. He imprints on the baby. I know a lot of people get upset over this, but hear me out. Jacob, because he imprinted on the baby, Jacob literally saves Renesmee's and Bella's life. Pretty much. He basically saves their life because he imprints on the baby, and it's in the laws of the wolves that whoever another wolf imprints on, that the person can't be harmed, even though that it's an infant. Jacob did that on purpose, We know that it was necessary for for the baby's survival and Bella's survival.
Stop! It's over! If you kill her, you kill me!
Jacob imprinted. They can't hurt her. Whoever a wolf imprints on can't be harmed.
In conclusion, Breaking Dawn is a really successful movie. You know, we have a lot of unanswered questions that we will hopefully be answered in Breaking Dawn 2. We have obviously the marriage, the sex scene, we have the pregnancy, imprinting. I feel like they did a really good job with this movie. And we have the epic conclusion at the end when Edward saves Bella. She almost dies at the end, but Edward bites her. He turns her into a vampire, and we think that Bella is dead. Then they pan over Bella, then her eyes open and they're red. I wish I was in a movie theater for that when that first happened. I think the theater would have lost their minds. I probably would have too. Anyways, guys, that is it for the video. I'm gonna give the rating a 3.5 out of 5. It was a very strong movie. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down in the comments if you think it was worth Jacob imprinting on Renesmee in order to save their life. Please give the video a huge thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I will catch you guys a little bit later. Hello everyone and welcome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in for a brand new video today. We are going to be taking a look at Twilight Breaking Dawn Part 2. This is the final installment of the Twilight Saga. This is definitely... I was excited for this movie. This movie is exciting, action-packed. It has a lot of drama and stuff like that. So if you guys are looking forward to the video, please drop the video a huge thumbs up. Please make sure to subscribe and comment below what movie we should review next. So without further ado, let's jump right into it with first, the opening shots and visuals. So I wanna go on a limb and say this movie is absolutely stunning, with Bella running through the woods, just like all the visuals, the screenshots, all the views with the mountaintops and everything like that. So we start off with plot and pacing. We start off with Breaking Dawn Part 2 when Bella is adjusting to her new lifestyle as a vampire. She wants to attack a human, but Edward kind of stops her from wanting human blood. So as always, I'm gonna go over the movie characters. We have Bella Swan, who is portrayed by Kristen Stewart. We have Edward Cullen, who is portrayed by Robert Pattinson. And we have Taylor Lautner playing Jacob Black. So those are our three leads. They all play a pivotal part in this movie, and I'm excited to discuss this movie. So on to character development. This movie has a lot of character development with Jacob imprinting on Renesmee, and we have Bella trying to do what's best for her daughter, and we have Edward, who is trying to do his best as a father. I believe he does a pretty good job. Jacob's role I want to talk about, he takes an unexpected turn as we understand he imprints to try and save Renesmee. He's kind of like the cool parent that kind of lets everything go, but not really. He's always just there hanging out, making sure Renesmee is safe and stuff like that. And I believe he excels in this role because he, spoiler alert, after the whole tense stare down with Sam and everything, him and Sam are good now. They shake hands. They put the bad stuff behind them. And I did enjoy to see Sam and Jacob to kind of mend fences and do what's best for the two packs. So a key part in the story, when Bella and Jacob and Renesmee are out playing in the snow, they see a person in the distance. She is the girl that had a hard time at the wedding. I forget her name, but she goes and squeals to the Volturi saying that Renesmee is not a safe child. They believe that after Bella and Edward got married, and after he turned her into a vampire, they had Renesmee, and the Volturi thinks that she's an immortal child. So that means that when newborn babies are vampires, they don't know how to control themselves, and we have a flashback to what the backstory is. So the kids, they can't control themselves, and they can cause a lot of trouble for the vampires. So I'm gonna get more into that as we move on here. For the final battle, I left this part for the final battle for a reason. So after that, they all freak out, and they spend a good majority of the movie trying to go find their friends and stuff like that to kind of be a witness, because they had Renesmee when she was a human, but the Volturi, they don't know that, they don't believe that. So who are they gonna believe? Like the family or some girl that's against them? So in the middle of the movie, Alice and Jasper leave to try and protect Bella and everybody, but they go and find their own backup. So they go and find another child, and it says pretty much the same thing about Renesmee, but instead of Bella dying, it's the same situation as Bella, but instead of her dying and not getting bit, this person's mother did die during childbirth, and I believe his aunt took over. So they have an epic battle, which you guys are going to see on screen right now. and the Volturi leave, and they're gonna have a truce saying that there's no law broken here, and all is well. In conclusion, Breaking Dawn Part 2 delivers a visual that is stunning and emotionally satisfying finale to the Twilight Saga. You know what I mean? That there's something for everybody in this movie. If you want romance, there's romance. If you want drama, there's fighting. There's fighting. I think this is overall a great film, a great movie. So what my rating for this movie is gonna be probably a 3.7 out of 5. So rather that you are on Team Edward or Team Jacob, there is always stuff to remember throughout this film with the vampires and the werewolves. I'm happy they put their drama aside, and please make sure to comment down below what series you want to see next on the channel. I have a couple of other video ideas for Twilight, which you guys are gonna see sprinkled in here in the channel as we move forward. But please make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel. This series, these videos take a lot of effort to edit and stuff and all that great stuff, so just your support is greatly appreciated. Thank you guys so much for watching. I truly do appreciate it. Catch you guys in the next one.